Yes, this is the interview segment, and we greet you once again. Eid Mubarak to all our Muslim faithfuls. And in the mood of celebration, yes, we're still celebrating. We have with us our guests, an Imam, yes, to speak to us on the significance of Salah celebration. His name is Jimoh Olatunji Rasheed. Welcome to Daybreak Africa.
You're welcome.
It's nice to have you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right, so let's begin with, yes, every year, all year round, we always have this celebration where we call Salah, and everyone knows that, yes, this celebration is paramount to also killing the ram. Yes, you see rams everywhere, goats everywhere, and people are happy and all of that. But it is obvious that there is more to this celebration other than just the ram. So can you give us an insight into what Salah really is?
Thank you very much. In Islam, when we talk of the Eid Al-Kabir, that is the biggest festival or the greatest festival in Islam. It has to do with coming together to celebrate, to rejoice together. And this celebration has its origin because the religion Islam is a religion that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala approves and grant the humanity. So Allah made us understand that He is the one that instituted the celebration through the agency of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. That is called Abraham in the Bible. So then I would like to take us through the prophetic saying,
okay,
so that it will clarify what you have just asked. Because the same question was asked from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he was asked about the celebration, that what is the significance, what is the importance. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam now told the followers that it is a tradition that came down to us from Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. In essence, this celebration is like a commemoration, a remembrance about the life of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded him in his dream vision. I mean, he dreamt that Allah ordered him that he should go and slaughter his only child. So, you know, Allah is a good Lord, is a good God. So he wanted to try Ibrahim. He didn't mean that he should just go and slaughter him like that. So, but through the total obedience, submission, devotion of Ibrahim, he could not reject the order from God. So he stood up from his sleep, from the dream, and he was about to go and execute the commandment of Allah. So by doing that, he took his child, Ismail. So when he was about to slaughter him, Allah now said he shouldn't do that. He sent Angel Gabriel to him, so to replace his son with a ram. So since that time, we have now we've taken it as a tradition. So through the life of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam.
Thank you so much. Now, what are the lessons that one must have at the back of their mind when celebrating Eid Kabir? Like, okay, yes, we are going to celebrate, but there should be some lessons learned, not just about eating and all of that.
Summarily, we learned that Ibrahim was a very pious person. He was very godly, very obedient to his Lord. And so all this, we should derive it we should derive them as a lesson from Ibrahim. By being pious, we should fear God wherever we are. We should be obedient to our Lord. We should be worshiping Him. And also, as part of the lesson, is that when a shaitan, the Satan, was trying to convince Ibrahim, he wanted to dissuade him that he should not follow God's commandment. So Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam threw a stone to a shaitan, Satan. So by doing that, a shaitan disappeared. This too is a great lesson in our life that we should adhere to in every aspect of our life. By taking a shaitan, Satan, as our enemy. How are we going to take him as enemy? Is by going away from all kinds of sins, quitting all kinds of sins. Because all these sins that people commit are being inspired by Satan into our hearts. So whenever any kind of sins come into our mind or is whispered into our mind, we should say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. That is, we say, I seek refuge from Allah. I seek Allah's refuge from Ashaitan. So you say this supplication or prayer to drive away Ashaitan. So it's a very great lesson that we have learned from Ibrahim alayhi salam.
Now let's go into the meat sharing process now, because we've always heard that this meat is not, that is the ram, killing of the ram is not just meant for just one family to consume. There's always a sharing process. You have to share with your neighbor and all of that. And then according to research, we learned that there are 3 processes whereby you need to share this meat. Can you just put us through these processes?
Thank you very much. At first, sharing of meat or distributing meat teaches love among the humanity. That's what Islam wants us to derive from that. By being, by loving one another, and by bringing pleasure, happiness to the face of the poor. So, and also, as part of his lesson, as part of the lesson of sharing the meat, is by bringing peace and unity in the society. So, in a nutshell, the Prophet ﷺ taught us that we are to share the meat into three parts, as you have said. The first 1/3 for our family, the second 1/3 for the neighborhood. Even if you have those that are rich in the neighborhood, you also give them. That will indicate a kind of gift. It's a gift to them, and sharing love. You know, as people will say, there is love in sharing.
Yes.
So after sharing the second part to the neighborhood, then the third part will be for the less privileged or the poor that don't have what to eat on the day of the Eid, so that you can do this to put smile, to put happiness on the face.
All right. Now, there was something I heard from a sheikh one time that those days while they were going, when the ram is killed and fried and all of that, that they don't necessarily cook something so bogus. They just take gari and they put it in a bowl, and the family comes together, they all share the gari together, like in one bowl, and then they just eat the meat. But then it's reverse is the case now, whereby people go miles, people try as much as possible to do something so big for themselves, like cook rice, do a whole lot of things, even if they cannot really afford it. Now, what do you have to say about this? Is it that we have to do something big before we know that, okay, yes, this sacrifice is accepted?
You see, the celebration signifies unity, happiness, and so lot of good things. So it now depends on the financial ability of individual. Like for instance, if you are rich, you can cook for people to eat, rejoice together. But if you don't have, you do it according to your financial level. So that is just it. That is why in killing the ram or the animal, if you don't have the money to do that, it's not compulsory. So even if you don't have the money to kill this ram or camel or cow or goat, you can even kill a chicken.
Because I was coming to that. Is it just ram that people can cook? What about those that cannot afford the ram?
Thank you very much. You see, the killing of the animal, the sacrificial animal, I told us that it depends on your financial ability.
Yeah.
So if you have the money to buy ram, good. But if you don't have, it is not compulsory. You don't go and get it on credit. So if people will say they don't want they don't want people to be making guess of them because they've been killing it from years back. So that is not Islam. If you don't have the money, if you have been killing before and you don't have the money this year, there's nothing wrong. So it is not a cause. It is not something bad. So you try to, if you don't have, you leave it. Even if it is just fish that you have the money to buy fish, go and cook it with your family and celebrate.
Now, how true is the fact that if you kill ram, your sacrifice is like really accepted, like 99.9%, and like you get more reward. And maybe when you kill goats, then your reward reduces. And just like the main point is that when you kill ram, that your sacrifice is really accepted.
You see, what is very important, what is important most is that is your piety. That's the most important thing. Because if the Quran teaches us that I mean Quran 22 verse 37, Allah said, "La yanala Allaha lu'umuha wala dima'uha, walakin yanalu at-taqwa minkum." Meaning, he said, I Allah, I don't want the meat, and I don't also want the blood from you. What I need from you is your piety, your fear of Allah. So that is the most important thing. Even if you kill a goat with a good intention, sincere intention, you'll be rewarded by Allah. Inshallah.
Inshallah. All right, now there is something that is being said when the animal is about to be killed. And while growing up, some people will say it's incantations that they say, and so therefore I don't want to eat, I don't want to be a part of the meat. If some people are being given the meat, they trash it because they feel that they believe that some incantations were said. I for one, I know that, okay, of course it might not be incantation, but can you just share more light on this?
Thank you very much. You see, the killing of the sacrificial animal has to do with the connection to the God Almighty. So it is not this. It is not based on this traditional worshipper sacrifice. So this one is very spiritual. It is even and others have said it's a commandment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in a nutshell, what we just say is there is no any incantation. There is no any incantation. You are just to mention the name of God before you kill. What we just say is Bismillah, Allah Akbar. It means in the name of Allah and the God is great or the greatest, then you kill it. That's just all. There's no any incantation we say. So I'm saying this now clearly so that people will know that they are free to eat our meat.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to do that anyway, because I'm sure so many people are out there always thinking that, oh, what are they always saying, this and that. So, but then why? Because I'm sure so many of us, while we're growing up, we just carry one chicken and then we kill it and then we start eating it. You get? Why is it important to say those words?
Thank you very much. It's important to say those words. It is part of, let me say, it's part of the fear of Allah, because you see these animals that we kill, they too, they are creatures.
Creatures, yeah.
So they have their own rights that we shouldn't deny them. As part of their rights is that whenever we want to kill them, we don't just rush to kill them like that. So we should have a kind of fear.
Fear, yeah.
That this thing I'm killing is like it's a creature like me
you
too.
Cannot create it.
Yes. So this thing is a creature. So I have to kill it with fear of Allah. Even the Prophet ﷺ, in one of his sayings, made us understand that whenever you want to kill the animal, you make sure you sharpen your knife very well, so that you just cut it off once. You cut the neck off, palm. The animal will not feel the pains.
Suffer, yeah.
Yes, it will not suffer. Because if you do that, even it's a kind of sin on you by killing an animal anyhow. So you must have a kind of fear, and then you show mercy to them.
All right, let's move to those that are currently on pilgrimage. Earlier during our media review, we were talking about people climbing the Mount Arafah, even despite the hot weather, they still tried as much as possible to get there. Now, how important is going on pilgrimage for a Muslim faithful? Because I've seen some people who say that at least try as much as possible in your lifetime, even if you can go just once. I've seen people who try to gather money for their aged parents that just want to use it to surprise them. Now, how important is it?
You see, Hajj is not meant for show off. It's an act of worship. It's even a compulsory act of worship, because whatever act of worship that has to do with the 5 pillars of Islam is compulsory on the Muslims. So, like this Hajj now is the 5th pillar, which means it's compulsory on Muslims to perform Hajj at Mecca. But before it will be compulsory on a particular Muslim, it should meet some conditions. As part of the main conditions are, number one, you should have the financial ability and the physical ability. Very important. So you should not be a sick person or someone that is suffering from a particular disease. You should be very physically fit. So, and you should have the money, to board the plane, and then the money you spend over there, it's not a small amount. So before it can be compulsory on you, you should be financially stable. So, which means for the less privileged, it's not compulsory. But once you have the money, it's compulsory on you. So that's why you see people going. And as I've said, according to the teachings of Islam, you have to go just once in a lifetime. So the other ones that you go after that is just like searching or looking for additional rewards, more rewards from Allah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala.
No, I understand perfectly. All right, now, as we're celebrating here in Nigeria, some Nigerians are over there in Hajj. How? Because, okay, we're talking about the killing of the ram and all of that. They will not have the opportunity to do that over there.
They will do that.
Okay.
They will do that. Like today now is the 9th of the Eid, which is the Arafah day. they will be at the Mount Arafah. So chanting Allah's praises over there and praying, seeking Allah's help. But so by doing that there today, they will not have the opportunity to kill the ram. They will now do their own after today, inshallah.
Okay. Okay. No, I guess. Thank you.
It will be tomorrow. They will do that tomorrow.
We will do that. Okay, tomorrow. All right. But then before we go, what's your what message do you have to our Muslim faithfuls out there during this period of celebration?
My message to the viewers is that we should try to learn good lessons from Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam as the situation of the country Nigeria is now. You know, we are in the issue of subsidy. So the challenges of that subsidy is there. So in a nutshell, what we have learned from Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam is patience and perseverance. So we should exercise patience, whatever challenges we are passing through, and we should persevere. So by doing this, Allah will make us overcome all the challenges, and we will now enjoy together as citizens of the country.
Thank you so much. You heard that we should persevere and pray that we should overcome every challenge that comes our way. Thank you so much, Mr. Jimoh Olatunji.
Thank you.
It's so nice to have you.
Thank you.
And that's all we have for you. I will greet you again, after Salah celebration. Let's hand over to the studio. Thank you.